you're having that baby at the same time you're launching this other baby.
Yep.
And I've had discussions with you about this. What's it like to give your other baby, I mean, you got acquired, right? What's that like? Because you grow this thing, it's your passion, you're living, breathing it every day.
Yeah.
When that was 2020?
So we sold Case Beer originally to My Case at the end of March of 2021. And it is this really, it's an interesting...
End of March of 2021?
Yeah.
You were just on the bourbon tour right then.
I was. I
know.
Oh,
wow.
Like
what a well-kept secret. No wonder you were having fun.
It was all happening around the same time. Yeah, you know, it's so true, right? When you build something like that, you quite literally, well, maybe not blood, but definitely a lot of sweat and a lot of tears go into building a business. And it's more than that too, especially for me. Like, we're fueling thousands of other businesses, people I have personal relationships with, people whose success I want to see continue. And so it was really important for me to find a great home. And we didn't even really go into that thinking at the time, for sure we're going to sell. We were just sort of seeing what's out there, and we wanted to take it to the next level. So whether that was investment, that was really more where our heads were at. And then when we started talking to the My Case team, it really felt like home. There were amazing leaders there who really knew the business, who really knew the industry, and it just felt right. I can't explain it in any other way. And I think that for any lawyers or any people kind of here tuning in, when you're thinking about maybe bringing on a partner, expanding, or formalizing some kind of a co-counsel relationship, like, it really comes down to people.
To people.
Like, it's business, but it's all
you
about
have to be comfortable with the people you want to be with. So it's like, and lawyers, they have to understand that when you start your law firm, you are a startup business.
Yep,
and you have to start thinking that way. You have to start thinking of how much time you're going to spend on the business side of things and how much on the lawyering side of things. Are you going to bring in somebody to run the operations side of things? And a lot of people don't think that way. They're like, hey, I'm a great trial lawyer, I'm going to start my firm. Well, you got to have a plan, right? And then when you're talking about when, in your world, legal tech, you getting acquired by another company, law firms now are getting acquired or partnering with other law firms where they're being absorbed by them. It's kind of the same thing, right?
It absolutely is. And even to that point, I talked to a lot of lawyers that maybe they're, and I mean, people can be working now until their 80s, but maybe they're in their 50s, they're in their 60s, they're thinking, maybe I want to spend a little bit more time with the grandkids on the golf course. Maybe I don't want to invest in technology. I still talk to people like that are on some old legacy solution, and you tell them, that's not going to help pass your legacy on, right? Get on technology, adapt technology, future-proof your firm, because it'll actually create more value and more equity in your business.
Yeah, because
make it easier for someone to come in.
If somebody wants to come in, they're not going to buy a system that's broken and antiquated.
Yeah.
If you're up to date on technology and you have the infrastructure, it's going to be very attractive for folks. I hear all the time, like, people get burnt out as lawyers, like, oh man, Bob, can you help me sell my law firm? They actually want me to buy them. I'm like, well, I'm not going to buy a broken system, first of all. But I was like, well, I asked them, so what system do you want? What makes it, would I just be buying you? Like, you don't want to be in that position where if somebody's acquiring you, they're just acquiring you to work harder, right? It's your system, it's your brand, it's things you brought up, right? But whenever you did the My Case acquisition, they seem to me to be with bigger firms more on the East Coast. Because when I talk to a lot of firms that are on My Case, I just see they're very geographically.
Yeah, it's funny, they actually started out in San Diego as well, which is just funny, because I also don't necessarily have that association with them. They're very much a national brand. And also servicing the small, medium business. They really focus on the 1 to 50 user law firms is their sweet spot. But the interesting piece there is that they're kind of a more generic solution. They service all practice areas. They're very focused on solving problems with invoicing, with helping lawyers get paid, making sure they get paid fast, making sure it's easy for the clients, right? And with Case Beer, they really saw the potential of having a bespoke solution made for personal injury. And actually along that vein, they also ended up acquiring DocketWise, which is an immigration practice management software really built to ease the complexities around forms, which is a big pain point for immigration lawyers. So they really had this vision of making sure you have the right solutions to meet lawyers where they are. And that's definitely something we're continuing with AffiniPay, which is the parent company and main product was LawPay for lawyers, which I mean, almost every lawyer who's not a contingency fee only personal injury lawyer is very familiar with, and they've been around almost 20 years.
See, LawPay, I mean, you have your own credit card, you can tap it, all these cool stuff.
It's coming soon, the LawPay Visa business card. It's
Well, I remember you teased it. I saw it on LinkedIn.
I'm in the alpha group, man. I love this stuff. I had to edge my way in there and test it for myself, and then we're starting with our beta customers on my case this month, so we're very excited about that.
Yeah, and I think that ability, just the pay solution for law firms alone is a huge solve.
Yeah.
So how does Affinity Pay come? Were they already the parent company in the situation?
Yeah, so AffiniPay is the parent company of LawPay. They also have some products bespoke to other industries, including association with AffiniPay for associations, CPA charge for accountants, as well as a couple other industries. Legal and accounting being the two main industries that they serve. And they're honestly all about making online payments really easy. Think about, again, 20 years ago, online payments was barely a thing.
It was PayPal.
And it's that, right?
Yeah.
And it really, even you'd be surprised at how much that actually accelerated due to COVID, right? Like that really was a moment in time where we could see an inflection point of lawyers realizing, okay, I'm still working, thank God, now I have to get paid, and guess what? Clients actually love to put things on a credit card. It's how they want to pay. As a consumer, I don't want to have to write a check. Who has a checkbook anymore? So that's really
collecting dust.
Yes, it's sitting in the drawer. We have to find it.
Yeah, it's going to be a relic at some point.
Yes, it will be.
So then so is Infinity Pay, are they the parent company that owns wholly MyCase and CasePeer? Is that how it works?
Yeah, so AffiniPay is now our parent company, so it's got all our practice management softwares for legal, so MyCase being the large one, and then we've got CasePeer, DocketWise, and LawPay, of course, is the payment solution, and then they also have payment solutions for CPA charge, things like that.